is helping them raise money for these patients.
Exactly, and it looks like, I mean, the best part about this running game is you're allowing that sort of thing to be open, where you have more catch opportunities, you have more pass opportunities, and whenever you have someone like Carter Brown in the area, he's more likely to be able to do that sort of thing. And Patriots line up for the snap.
So they're going in a different formation right now. And Mylan again running.
Towns, and he pushes through to get an extra few yards.
And about 40 seconds left in this quarter.
And it looks like Patriots 4th and 4.
Do you think they're going to go for it, or do you think they're going to go for a field goal, Joey?
It's 4th and 1 for the Pats. So, honestly, I would not be surprised if they go for it. They're close enough right now.
It looks like it's 4th and 2, actually. That's what the...
Yes, it does. It seems like there's a little confusion on where it was at.
They got Mylan back in the backfield again, too.
They do have Mylan in the backfield. And
do you think they're going to run him up the middle?
They might.
And yes, they are. Mylan
Towns with
for a touchdown! Oh, my God. What a play!
And what an amazing turn of events for the Patriots right there. That was just, once again, bully ball just all the way through. And it looks like that running game looks like it's paying off for the Patriots as of right now.
You know, Mylan seems like he's pretty confident in his running abilities with his size, getting up the middle and just finding those holes to get that touchdown for Truman.
Definitely. And Patriots are lining up for the kick. Snap off.
And the field goal is good.
And the kick by Josh Dixon.
It's good.
Now, this is a really important, that's a very important touchdown for the Patriots. It's very good that they've gotten something that quickly, and something that hopefully will set the tone for the rest of the game, as long as we get some more defensive stops.
You know, I believe that touchdown put a little more confidence in Truman, gave them a little more energy just because of the excitement of that. Hopefully they have a little bit more confidence to keep this game running.
Exactly, and it looks like a lot of those mental errors on both sides are getting cut down a lot more now that we have a lot more of the game to be played and a lot more time inside. Both teams are taking the field. And Patriots getting ready for the punt.
All right, Truman has to kick off the ball to William Chrisman Bears.
And the kick once again by Josh Dixon. And the kick. And a lot farther of a kick this time. It's been received by the Chrisman Bears. Down to the 30. Tackled by Nate Clemens once again.
Hey, shout out our one viewer on the stream. Shout out to you, man. You're the one keeping this thing running.
We appreciate you much, man. Alrighty.
Hopefully you're enjoying the game as we are. Truman has scored a touchdown at 7-0. 3 seconds left in the quarter.
And Truman seems to be ready for the snap. Chrisman out of the huddle. Chrisman lining up for the snap. Once again, number 1 for Chrisman being the quarterback. And the run looks like another QB sneak, possibly.
Nice tackle by a bunch of Patriots.
Tackle made by David Brack of Truman. And that finishes up the first quarter. Any last words?
You know, just really exciting game right now. I feel like it is very balanced, you know, offense and defense-wise. And that's all I got to say.
All right. We'll see you guys after the quarter break.
Go!
And welcome back, everybody.
What's up, my dudes?
Truman with the snap. Or Chrisman with the snap, my pardon. And running it once again is the Bears.
Broke that tackle, got a little more yards on that play.
Yeah, and the tackle finished. And the tackle was made by number 2, Nate Clemens, and finished up by number 21 on Truman. Dimitri Smith once again. Now, he's been doing pretty good on both sides. What do you think about that, Adam?
You know, Dimitri Smith has been doing really well this game. I feel like he's putting forth a really good effort, you know, trying to help the team come home with this W. And how important do you think Chris Rhodes is to this team? You know, he's been doing a really great job this game. He had that pick. Huh?
And the season.
The season has been really good.
But yes, yeah, I think he's been doing pretty good for the Patriots. Sorry to interrupt you there.
It's all good, man.
All right. And the Bears call a timeout. Now, continue what you were saying about Mr. Rhodes.
You know, Mr. Rhodes has been a really great key player this season. You know, it seems like he's been having really good impact on the defense. Just being there and being wherever the team needs him and to complete his duties and help the team with that W.
But, yes, sorry, we were laughing at an inside joke there. But, yes, so I think that Rhodes and, honestly, the combination of Rhodes and Smith right now has definitely been pushing the Patriots over. Those are two of the key players, it seems, that are breaking out in this game a lot more. And it's looking like we're going to be having not only them, but Carter Brown. I mean, he's been being very successful out of that shotgun. And especially whenever they're running the ball this much, they're opening so many passing lanes to each other that it's just working out very well. The game plan is being produced very well.
Hey, we got 2 Veers now.
And Chrisman with the run. And tackled by number 6 on Truman.
It looked like they had the first down on that one.
Chris Rhodes.
Chrisman might have another possession coming up.
They may. Looks like, yep, it looks like they got first down on that. And it looks like Chrisman is playing a little bit of Truman's game that we just did a little bit ago with the both teams are running the ball a lot this game. It looks like they're running the ball and then trying to find that open pass opportunity whenever they go for the fake occasionally.
It seems like we were wrong about the passing game. This is a ground war right here.
And it looks like another QB sneak by number 1. Oh, and a good evasion by the quarterback there.
Hurdled number 2.
And it looks like now we're just going to keep the ball. Not quite a first down. It was about a 5-yard gain. 5-yard gain. And as Chrisman lines up for the snap once again.
All right, defense gets ready to go for Truman. Another quarterback sneak.
Another QB sneak. Oh, and pushing through a slew of Patriots.
For another first down.
For another first down by Chrisman. Now, once again, it looks like they're doing the same thing. We are playing a lot of bully ball. It seems like this is going to be a very, very physical game between both the offenses and the defenses and just pure muscle-on-muscle attempts.
I mean, what wouldn't you expect? This is a rivalry game, you know? It is going to be just muscling each other, trying to drive each other to the ground, see who wants it more.
Exactly. And it's that good competitive spirit that we're getting in high school level. Chrisman with the snap.
Flag on the play.
And it looks like a false start on Chrisman.
It is now 1st and 15. Or is it 1st and 10? 1st and 15.
Yeah, it's 1st and 15. And that's, once again, some more just mental errors on the Bears.
It's not even big errors. It's just little mistakes that they keep.
And they're costing them
It
yardage.
is costing them the game. Ball's hiked.
And a run by the Bears by number 2.
Don't you think it's kind of ironic how our running back is number 2 and both of our quarterbacks are number 1, Joey?
It's almost like it's been planned that way.
It does.
And the run by number 2 on Chrisman, Devin Braswell. And he's tackled by another slew of Patriots. And not only is the Truman fan section loud, but listen to that Chrisman fan section. They are also a very dedicated group of fans.
Look at that sea of red right there. Isn't that always good to see? It always gives me chills, Joey.
Every time. And the snap being ran by number 1, who did not playing. Oh, no. And looks like Chrisman will get the touchdown.
Quarterback sneak got in the end zone for a Chrisman touchdown. What a play.
And once again, it's Nair that's getting the run. It looks like finally Chrisman has had some luck go their way and broke through that D-line the way they've been attempting to.
I believe this is going to be a real interesting game here.
It definitely seems like it. It's definitely looking to be a lot more back and forth.
Do you hear the Truman sections? I believe that we will win. Chant?
Correction, sir. I do believe that is the Christmas.
Is that Chrisman?
That is Christmas.
I cannot hear it from here.
Yeah,
it sounds the same.
Yeah,
Oopsie
that's
daisy.
bad.
I did not mean to do that, man. I'm sorry.
It's all an independence game at the end of the day.
Shout out ISD for being able to put these football games on, you know.
Yes.
We wouldn't be here without them.
And looks like they're switching out the special teams.
Looks like they might be going for 2? Question mark?
And there's a flag in the play. Patriots offside.
Oof.
And it's looking like they will attempt the 2-point conversion for now.
Big burst of light there, Joey.
Yeah. We found the light switch for the room we are in. Wonderful.
All right, they went for 2.
And they're going for the 2.
And is it in? It is in. Number 1 again for Chrisman.
And they could have gone for that kick, but with that.
It is now 8-7 Chrisman's game.
Yes, so I think that 1-point difference might be almost nearly a decider for this game. I mean, 1 point like that can be something that's really going to be a game changer. It's such a close back and forth, very, very hostile environment of a game.
All right, and so the kicking team is about to go on the field, you know. So what have you seen from both teams during the first and half of the second quarter do really well?
I think that, honestly, it's just been a running game between both teams. I mean, they're just running the ball enough and pushing their way through.
It seems like some old-fashioned football to me, Joey.
It does. It definitely does not seem a lot like this flashy passes of your Patrick Mahomes or your
no-look passes, no 80-yard bombs, nothing like that. It is just pure run game.
And there's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for some old-fashioned football. It's very tight on both sides. It seems like both sides are definitely trying to force as much as they can, but it's not it's not necessarily going exactly how they want to go. It looks like the receiver is going to be Chris Rhodes once again.
You know, and I do prefer an old-fashioned football game. There's more excitement to it. It's more of a nail-biter. You know, there's more competition.
And Chrisman with the kick.
Flag on the play.
And waiting for the final decision from the referee.
That is the Truman section right there, training you can't do that.
And it looks like it was an illegal formation on Chrisman, resulting in a penalty.
Get a little more yardage on the return.
Which is always important. I think it would be good for Rhodes in order to not have – he doesn't necessarily have to build up a whole lot of steam for this.
Hopefully Rhodes can bully his way through there and find that speed and get an end zone on this and press us all.
The kick from Chrisman once again. Received. And pushed through. Pushed out of bounds around the 40. Number 20, Patrick Martin with the kick return. And Carter Brown once again out for the Patriots as the QB.
I love seeing him. He always puts on a show for everybody. And I have talked to him multiple times. He's a really good, humble kid, and really seems to know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's definitely working really hard, and looks like he's going back to a shotgun formation once again. Carter Brown the shotgun, hands it off. Dimitri Smith, who pushes through a tackle. Oh, what a way to absorb that contact. What do you think about that, Adam?
He trucked through there and got them some big yardage. I believe he was able to find that hole and just able to execute that.
And it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 2. Patriots with a wonderful push there. Now, just the way he just absorbed that contact, just that hard hit and just pushed through it is something that really is a good testament to the Truman athletics training inside the school, run by our very own Coach Pugh, who is the varsity football coach.
Truman has a very good training program here. They put the players through a lot, but I really believe it brings the players together, and there's a flag on the play.
Flag on the play. And it's looking like it's going to be offside. It's against the Bears. And a slight penalty.
Who have you been seeing a lot execute on offense during this game?
Anyone running the ball between Nate Clemens, Chris Rhodes, Mylan Towns with our only touchdown
Oh, my
so
goodness,
far.
dude. That was a really great thing by him. Hopefully they can put him back in the game and he can do another one of those for us.
Yeah, and Truman definitely trying to capitalize on those penalties here. And Truman lining up for the snap. Once again, Carter in a shotgun.
There's some motion going on in the play.
And he hands it off once again.
Nice.
And another good push up the middle by
Dimitri Smith.
By number 21 once again, Dimitri Smith.
I already said Dimitri Smith, Joey. You don't have to say it again.
That's a 13-yard gain.
All right, and the Truman offense is lining back up. Hopefully another good game.
And that's another first down for the Patriots. And the snap. Faking the run. Carter Brown looking for a pass. Flag on the play.
Oh,
a close pass to number 11, the intended receiver.
Right through his
AJ
hands.
Geitzen.
I believe it's pronounced Gietzen. AJ Gietzen, he was right there. But it seems like Carter Brown overthrew it a little bit because he was pressured on that play.
Face mask on Truman Patriots.
We do not need that right now.
And hopefully, it looks like both teams are trying to capitalize a lot more on those penalties. And it's looking like it's going to be 1st and 24 for the Pats. And the Pats once again at the hike, doing the snap. Some movement on the play. And Carter Brown hands it off.
Dimitri Smith taken down in the backfield.
Taken down
by number, I believe, 2 for William Chrisman.
Devin Braswell. Now it is a little confusing with the markings from the officials because it's saying 2nd and 26 yards, but it was an obvious gain there.
I believe he got tackled down right at the line of scrimmage, Joey.
Possibly.
It's now 2nd and 26, actually. There was a loss.
There was somehow a loss on that play.
I can see that. Hold up. Refs might be sorting something out.
Seems to be a timeout on the Pats.
And we'll be right back to you after this break.
And we're back once again from that timeout and that quick break.
You know, Carter Brown having an excellent game. We keep talking about him, but there's a reason why we keep talking about him.
And yeah, like I said at the beginning of this game, he maybe not necessarily from his play all the time, but his environment has definitely created the Patrick Mahomes feel at our school. Carter Brown in the backcourt, in the pocket,
rolling
running
out.
to the left.
Oh, you touch it, you got to catch it. Intended receiver, number 2.
Nate Clemens, once again.
Nate has been a favorite for Carter Brown this game. Why do you think he's been a favorite for Carter Brown, Joey?
Well, I think it's mainly because Nate Clemens puts in the time in the offseason. He puts in the time in the weight room, and he's one of the strongest players we have. Once again, he's another veteran, another senior. He works very hard at what he does, and generally he's doing well. He hasn't had the best on receiving catches, but running plays, he's had a lot of really good movements going through right now, a lot of good breaks, a lot of good reads through the actual D-line. Patriots lining up once again for the snap.
It is 3rd and 26 still.
Carter Brown in the pocket. Passes it to number 17.
Little bit short, it seems like.
To Drake Hawley. Now.
That's Drake Hawley's first catch of the game.
Correct, sir.
It is 4th and 12 now. Do you think Truman's going to go for it like they've been
I
doing, or
would
do you think
be
they're going to go
surprised.
for a field goal? Or maybe even punt. We never know.
Looks like they might be trying to actually get the first down.
You know, I haven't seen a punt. I've only seen one punt in this game. It looks like they've been going for 4th down on these plays.
And Carter in the pocket. Rolling out right. Flagging the play.
Looked like by Devron. It looked like a block in the back.
Holding.
It is holding.
Patriots.
Did you hear on who? It's just holding against
Not
Patriots.
say on who. And looks like it's going to be first down for Chrisman at about the 32.
Joey, have you been enjoying this game so far? Because I know I have.
Been. I definitely have been. Looks like the penalty was declined by the Pats. That was just our wonderful Adam singing along to the amazing sounds of the stadium.
I just love it. You know, it gives me a good feeling in my body.
Now, Adam, not to put you on the spot, but what is this song?
I don't know, but I know the sound of it.
It's called Jump, Good Sir. Chrisman lines up for the snap.
All right, let's get this thing going.
Snap out. Fake the run. Quarterback being chased down.
Pass completed. Oh!
And dropped. And it looks like an incomplete.
A lot of frustration by the intended receiver.
Yeah, and pass has been incomplete. Intended receiver not necessarily clear. And now it is 2nd and 10 for Chrisman. Now we had a wonderful break through the D-line on through Truman. I do believe it was David Brack that got that break there.
It was David Brack.
Yeah, you can definitely see which is David Brack. He's about a foot taller than everyone on the field. And it looks like a
timeout was called. Seems like if it was
timeout, Chrisman.
And we'll go on a break.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Hex yeah, man.
Hex yeah. Hex to the yes. And Chrisman with the snap. Second and 10. And the handoff. Running being pushed back by an entire slew of Patriots. The runner was number 2.
Looked
Devin
like the person who
Braswell.
tackled it was number 76.
Once again, David Brack with another tackle and another good defensive play. Now, last time he didn't necessarily get the tackle on the QB, but he put just enough pressure on the QB in order to cause the mental error by all the other players.
Indeed, he did, Joey.
And it looks like it's a 3rd and 9. Chrisman lining up for the snap. And another QB sneak.
They are loving this QB sneak, Joey.
And once again, the quarterback. Oh, no.
He wasn't out of bounds. He wasn't out of bounds.
They're saying he was out of bounds at around it looks like the 48. A controversial decision by far.
I believe that was a bad call there, Joey, on the ref. I did not see his foot touch the white.
Well, they're a lot closer than we are, unfortunately. And
yes.
At the end of the day, whether or not we believe they're right or wrong, we're going to have to be able to go with the referee's decisions. All right. Chrisman was at 1st and 10. Lining up for the snap. And another pass and another QB sneak, it looks like.
Truman was expecting it that time. A little loss of yardage, it seems like, on that play.
It does. It could very possibly be.
Nice tackle by Mylon Townsend. He has been having a terrific game this game.
He has, and that's a gain of 1 yard, so that's 2 and 9 for the Bears.
Hey, better than nothing, am I right, Joey?
Not for the Patriots.
True dat.
And Chrisman back up for the snap. Lining up. A little confusion on where everyone should be. And another running play. Braswell with the carry. Tackled by a slew of Patriots.
Big
including
hit.
Nate Clemens.
Big hit.
And it looks like it'll be another 1st down for the Bears. And we're almost at 3 minutes left in the half. And Chrisman back up for the snap.
All right, another round of football. Here we go.
And flag on the play.
There's been a lot of penalties this game.
There really has been a lot of mental errors on both sides. And it looks like false start on Chrisman. And looks like Chrisman lining up for the snap once again. 1st and 15 now. A quick change with the guard for Truman. And the handoff once again to number 1. It looks like he's muscling his way through a slew of Patriots, finally taken down.
He just bounced off of Deveron there.
And that's Nauer once again switching between a running back and a QB. Now it's kind of interesting, especially at the high school level.
Very interesting and confusing. You know, it's very mysterious. Why are they doing this? Do they both have the capability? They just want the quarterback to keep running the ball, just not expecting that QB sneak every time.
Well, that time it seemed to be handed off by someone else, and I think that it's looking like a lot of that. It's looking like a lot of that's going to come down to they're just trying to put as much pressure as possible, and we're still in high school. There's definitely a chance that they're looking to get some college recruitment. Bears lining up for the snap. Hike once again. QB sneak by Nair. Down just before the 1st down.
Nair has been having a really good running game this game. You know, it seems like he has been using his speed and power to be able to get through players and get right through there.
He really has been. And All right, and that's 3rd and 3. All right, Chrisman down for the snap. Snapped. Rolling
QB
left,
sneak.
another QB sneak. And taken out of bounds just before the line, just before the first down, it seems.
Now, if you're Chrisman, do you want to go for this 4th down opportunity, or do you want to go for the field goal?
Honestly, with the way they've been running, I would definitely be attempting to do the same. I would definitely keep running the ball if I were them.
Joey is going the not safe route on this one.
I would, and it looks like there was no gainage or loss there. It looks like it was it's 4th and 3 at this moment.
It does look like they are going back out to complete the conversion.
And there's just over a minute left in the half. Patriots down 8-7. It looks like they're going for, and looks like a timeout's been called on the Patriots.
And all right, guys, we'll see you later. And we're back, guys. All right, so if you just joined us, Chrisman is going for a 4th down conversion. It's 4th and 3.
And there's about 1 minute and 3 seconds left on the game. Or in the half, not the game. I apologize.
Penalties on the play. Really great half of football here so far, Joey. I wonder if it's going to carry on to the second half.
And it's a penalty on the Bears, as you said.
It looks like the Bears might not go for it now. You know, they're far away. It's 4th and 8 now. Hopefully they got their kicking team ready because they're insane. They are going for it.
They are going for it.
Very interesting here. Very interesting option. Hopefully they are very confident, and their confidence exceeds them. Nice pass completion. Nice catch.
And
mid-air.
It may not.
That is
And that is a Chrisman first down.
Oh, yeah. Very nice catch here.
And there's about 50 seconds left in the game.
As the countdown starts for the Truman section.
Yes, very much so. And another run. Number 2, thrown out of bounds by
Number 2, Devin Braswell with the carry. Jaden Jones with the tackle.
Jaden James.
Jaden James.
And that is 2nd and goal for the Bears.
He's like Ricky Bobby. He has 2 first names. All right. 2nd and goal for Chrisman.
And
he is stopped very heavily.
And
tried to hurdle the line, but did not go so well.
True, very true. And it looks like they'll be lining up once again very quickly, trying to get this done within the next couple seconds in order not to lose possession. That's 3rd and goal. No timeouts left on either team. And another QB sneak. Stopped Stopped just short of the goal line. Now
And
it's 4th and goal with barely a yard to go.
That is halftime, boys. We'll see you later.
All right, and we're back, and I am here with my good friend
Tyler Karras. I am taking the place of Adam right now, so you'll have a different voice, but a friendly one. Sorry about that little interruption, guys. That was just our funny Adam here, just trying to make us laugh. All right. So the score is 7-8 Chrisman Bears, and we are going to apologize for our laughter. That is just Adam.
And
All
it
right.
looks like Truman with the kickoff right now.
Yep.
And once again, Josh is going to be kicking off.
Okay, so what all did you see in the first half that really made this game interesting?
Well, I really did enjoy, and it looks like it'll be touchback.
Yes, it will.
And there was a lot of defense. There was a lot of defense like we kind of predicted at the beginning of the game. Right now it is 8-7.
Chrisman Bears on top. Which will have the ball to start the second half. This really has been just a defensive battle between both sides. Both offenses just sort of clicking for one touchdown. Chrisman at the end of the first half almost got that second one, but Truman's defense was able to stop them just for that clock to sort of run out.
Definitely. And looks like Chrisman's lining up with the snap right now.
Looks like they are lining up with the snap. Sorry, our screen's a little bit behind.
And Chrisman with the snap. And once again, another running play, starting this off right where we left it. And Truman defense was ready for it, pushing them back right about to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, so it looks like what Pugh talked about just for the start of this half was, okay, they're running the ball on us. Let's sort of just fix our D-line a little bit and stop that run, which Chrisman coming out with the run. They're trying to see if they can keep capitalizing on that run, which is what they have been doing. If I were Truman here, I would definitely get that D-line sort of solid up and just try to stop that run.
Yeah, I try to run a lot more blitzes on this right now.
Yeah, and make them throw those passes that they may not want to throw.
And once again, another running play. Going around the right side of the formation and pushed out of bounds just before the first down. Quincy Scott with the tackle.
It is 3rd and 7 right now. It really looks like Truman's defense is just not trying to give up a lot of yardage. Correction, it is 3rd and 4. My bad.
Alrighty. And it looks like Chrisman is lining up for the snap. And listen to that Patriots crowd.
Very impressive, even if it's not the best record. Very, very impressive how they're here for this game.
And looking for the pass in the pocket, and receiver makes it. Tackled by a slew of Patriots, getting just a few more inches out of that.
It will be a first down.
And Quincy Scott once again with that tackle. Looks like the receiver was number 4 for the Bears. That will be Marcus Wigfall.
Wiggith? Well, yes, I'm just saying. You said Wiggith? That's pretty interesting. That's okay.
Chrisman with a snap, lining up right now.
That's okay. I'm just giving you a little joke, just sort of keep that energy.
Yes. Chrisman running the ball once again. Another QB sneak from number 1. And push out of bounds, few yards before the first down.
All right, so it looks like that run game is still sort of working for Chrisman. It's nice to see that they're on the attack and sort of just trying to put Truman's defense at a test coming out of this half, which is honestly something that Truman needs, being such as a close game as this could be. It could be anyone's ball. It's really going to come down to like maybe a one-possession game.
And that's true, and I think that right now, as Chrisman lines up for the snap, do you think they're probably going to wind up doing another running play would be my guess. They've been trying to push the ball definitely in that running game, and looks like they're trying to play a lot more of an old-school bully ball tactic.
Which, I mean, is what you want to see at that kind of the high school level, just sort of define those running backs.
And number 2 with the carry, immediately tackled by an entire slew of Patriots,
And
led by Sterling Trawick.
what it looks like right now is just sort of an on and off thing.
Flag on the play.
It could be something after the play was over.
2 flags on the play.
That seems now these flags could come something because of their rivalry. It has been told in the past that win or lose for either side, it has broken out in fights.
Yes, this is a very chippy game so far. Would be not surprised at all if there was some unsportsmanlike conduct here.
On either side of the ball, really. I mean, it's come down to bad blood, sort of. So that's really what this penalty could be on. It's honestly just a back and forth between Chrisman and Truman on offense and defense.
It really is. It really is.
And it's really just you just sort of it's whoever can play the better run game is what it is right now. And Truman's defense is sort of realizing that a bit more. I would like to see them on offense be able to, complete some passes and sort of just get Chrisman's defense sort of confused a little bit and then attack that run game.
I think it really comes down to whatever Coach Pugh decides to do. I mean, he's been very successful over the last weeks. I mean, we just came off of a really nice win, Patriots did, and so it's looking up for them. Hopefully, they'll be able to back it up with another win against our rivals this week.
It was against St. Joe Central, and what was the score on that game?
I believe it was in the 40s to 9.
Yeah, that sounds accurate. I think it was like 45 to 6.
45 to. It was double digits to single digits.
Yes.
I can guarantee that.
I mean, that's sort of what's been happening to Truman. They've played Staley, which is a good team, Liberty North, who's kind of actually better than Staley, and then they also played Liberty. So that's 3 teams in a row that have really honestly just been tough. So it's kind of putting that mindset in Truman a little bit that they can't win. But I think that St. Joe Central, was really a confidence booster. And I think Truman's offense and defense can really just sort of step up to this game and just think of it as it's our rival. Let's play and not show that we're slackers.
And it looks like there's a little bit of chippiness between Truman's head coach, Charles Pugh, and the referee. Referee's verdict coming up right now.
So Chrisman is supporting childhood cancer as well. So Truman also does that.
Funding for childhood cancer.
Well, I mean, I know Coach Pugh was definitely trying to start that, make this something more aware of. There's 4 teams, including Truman, that is supporting this.
And we do encourage anyone listening and anyone who will listen in the future to go ahead and continue to donate to all of the funds that we support here. And looks like Chrisman lining up for the snap. No explanation on those flags.
I believe it was both sides of the ball, so it will just offset. So it's still going to be 3rd and 6.
And another run by number 1. And he breaks through the Patriots line. Going. And touchdown, Chrisman Bears.
Looks like Chrisman was just able to find a gap in the line and just sort of take advantage of it.
And it looks like that was a run by, once again, Nair, breaking through and just, avoiding tackles. And once he got through that open field, he was just gone from there.
It looks
Special
like,
teams are out.
Yes, special teams are out, not trying to go for that 2-point this drive. I think now since they sort of had that 2-point and it was kind of a close 2-point, that they're just going to try to settle just for the extra kick.
And Marcus Wigfall is going to be the kicker today.
I mean, Truman's offense can come back and win this game. This is anyone's game still.
It really is. I mean, it's only 14-1. And looks like that kick will be good. So that will bring it to 15-7. Chrisman Bears are up. We'll be right back after the short break. And welcome back, Patriots. Right now, it looks like the Truman receiving team is going to be out. Once again, number 6 for the Patriots will be receiving.
Chris
and that
Rhodes.
is Chris Rhodes once again. And he's been definitely a key player here for the Patriots. What do you have to say about that, Tyler?
I mean, it's really Chris Rhodes is just showing up on defense with that first interception, which led to the Patriots getting that offensive touchdown, which is really nice. That's what you want to see on their defense. It boosts confidence. And I think if Chris Rhodes continues to be the star that he is of this show right now, it can sort of spread to the rest of the team and just sort of short up our defensive holes and maybe bring a little bit more shine to our offense and sort of just tell Chrisman's defense that, hey, you know you're good, but we're going to be even better than you. Which,
Definitely.
is honestly what you want to see. Like, take that
And
Ravens.
the kick is shorter. It's been received by Rhodes, and he's down just before the 40. And correction on that, Patrick Martin was the receiver there, number 20 for the Patriots.
So it looks like Truman is going to be switching off between Patrick Martin and Chris Rhodes, just sort of give each player enough amount of time and just sort of see which breakout they can have.
I mean, right there, it definitely had to come down to Patrick was a little closer, and I mean, it was a lot shorter of a kick than was expected. There's definitely a breeze blowing towards the Chrisman side of the field, so that is definitely in the favor of the Patriots right now.
That could really help their pass game and sort of just get those balls just a little bit deeper.
Patriots at the snap. Carter Brown in shotgun. Handoff. And number 21 pushing through. I do believe that's Dimitri Smith. There are 3 flags on the play. And Smith is down. Smith is down, holding his knee in pain. And the trainer, Nicky, will be out there. Ooh, this is not a good turn of events, folks.
We will be back after this quick injury timeout. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, after that brief injury timeout.
Yeah, and Dimitri Smith slowly walking off the field, being escorted by Coach Summers, Coach Pugh, and our wonderful trainer, Nicky Fernandez, who works very hard to keep these students still feeling healthy and everything. We'll have a report on that injury and whatever happened as soon as we possibly can.
Look, it doesn't look too severe. He was able to get back up and walking on his own 2 feet, which could mean he could possibly return later in the game, which would definitely help Truman because he definitely has been one of their best runners at this game. So now they may sub or have maybe Chris Rhodes play running back. I'm not absolutely sure on their game plan here. Okay, so Truman, one of their players got hurt. That's got to bring some more energy. That's got to bring that anger into Truman.
Snap, handoff. Chris Rhodes running through, getting tackled by number...
Correction, that was Nate
Clemens. My bad. 6 looked like a 2 for me.
So, again, with that injury, that's got to bring some anger into Truman's offense because you'd never want to lose one of your star players and it appears he may actually have his helmet back on. I think his leg just could have been in a little bit of shock and couldn't really get up for a little while. So that's always good to see when a player gets their helmet back on.
Once again, another handoff. And looks like they're going to be Nate Clemens once again with the carry. Looks like Nate's stepping in for Dimitri right now.
Looks like that was a gain about 3, maybe 2 yards.
Yeah, it looks like it was a gain of 3.
Gain of 3, yes. It is
or
now
gain of 4, my bad.
Gain of 4. Oh.
We are now 3 and 2. Third down.
So again, it's always nice to see when a player just gets their helmet back on and just sort of gets near the sideline, getting ready to come back in.
Definitely.
The injury didn't look too severe if he has his helmet back on, which is always a good thing to see.
Carter Brown back in the pocket, rolling left, and the receiver catches it just after the down. That'll be first down, Patriots. And it looks like A.J. Geetson was the receiver there.
Looks like he's actually stepping up in the wide receiver core, and it's just bringing some firepower to this offense. So this is kind of it's touchdown and a field goal possession game at this current time. It is 15-7, about 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Truman's offense just sort of looks ready here. They look hungry, and they want to tell Chrisman that your defense isn't going to outbeat us right now. We're going to show you who's here to play.
Yeah.
And it's been really both sides.
Truman at the Chrisman's 25. Truman running the ball, pushing through.
Looks like
Nate Clemens once again with the carry and pushing through, just muscling his way through that Chrisman D-line right there.
Getting about 4 yards. 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Your Truman Patriots still have ball. All right, your Truman here, you're sort of getting that pass game a little bit going with that nice first down catch to AJ. What do you do here?
If I'm Patriots right here, I'm going to try to at least use one more quick down, just try to push the ball as far as I can, and then I would just, at the very least, get myself in the best possible fielding position for that field goal, because that one field goal here might be a flag on the play.
Could be a possible false start on Truman. It is a false start on Truman. It'll back them up 5 yards. It'll now be 2nd and 11.
And that's not what Truman needed right there. Not at all.
No, not. That's got to bring maybe some disappointment to their offense, but at the same time, you're still hungry. You still need to score.
Yes, definitely. And right now they're very much trying to. We got to avoid these sort of mental errors that are consistently happening on both sides here. I mean, it is high school ball, but it gets to a point where this is a varsity game, and these sort of mental errors are just unacceptable by either team.
And especially if you're varsity, that's not something you want to show the younger guys coming up.
Truman with the snap, fakes a handoff. Carter Brown in the pocket. Press the ball. That may be possible pass interference. I'm not aware. Once again, the pass intended for number 6, Chris Rhodes, and was incomplete.
I do not see a flag on the play. No, it is still 3rd and 11. I mean, your offense has to be power hungry. You have to. You need the first down here if you want to score a touchdown.
Yeah, and what would you do if you were Truman in this position?
Okay, so I'm Truman. Coach. Okay, so I'm Coach Pugh. Here's what I do. I try the fake off, and that doesn't work. If your quarterback Carter Brown has an open hole, I say take it and run that ball.
And once again, a fake. Carter Brown. And almost intercepted, blocked by number 4 for the Chrisman. Intended receiver is Geeson once again. That was blocked by Marcus Wigfall from Chrisman Bears.
5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. If I were Truman, I say go for it.
If I were Truman here, I would definitely be going for a kick. I mean, you're in good field position. You're at about the 30. You got a really solid kicker in Josh right now, and I think it might be the time where you have to go for that kick because, I mean, we need to get some points on the board in this quarter, whether that comes from a field goal or not. And looks like it's going to be a timeout called on the Patriots. We'll be right back after these short breaks.
And
we welcome
are
back, Patriots. Truman is now out of that timeout, lining up at the snap.
All right, so I do agree with you. You do need points, but at the same time, it's a division rival. You just kind of want to show up.
There's a difference between showing up and completely whiffing. And Carter Brown rolling to the right, and pass is just thrown too short to number 17, the intended receiver. That is Drake Hawley, and looks like possession will switch to Chrisman.
I mean, Truman, yeah, you probably should have gone for the field goal, get that extra 3. But at the same time, I think when are you going to have another chance for possession when it's still going to be a 7-15 game? And, I mean, Chrisman right now is just sort of controlling the ball with that run game, just sort of whittling time down off the clock.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to come down to, can the Patriots defense keep up with their runners?
And that really is just the true question, which if I were Truman, you have to do that. You just have to stop those run games and make them throw those passes.
Chrisman with the snap. Fake the pass. And a sack by number 17, Drake. That'll be number 17, Drake Hawley with the sack. What a wonderful hit right there. That was just beautifully timed by the Patriots defense. We had an entire swarm of our D-line being able to actually get out there and get to that QB, and he was not able to find any possible receivers. Number 3, Mylan Towns is down on the sidelines, right, seemingly in pain, looking like his foot or knee of some sort. Nikki is over taking care of him. We'll give you a report on that as soon as we figure out what's going on.
I mean, I don't know if that's completely a sack because it didn't look like there was a loss of yardage. I think he was just able to tackle him at the line of scrimmage, which
and another QB sneak.
Maybe a gain of a few yards, which, I mean, if that was a sack, then that's just a slight error, slight hiccup. Nothing too big deal, but it's good to get that. It's really good to sort of just get that pressure on the quarterback. And we're switching for a little bit, and Adam will be joining us again.
What's up, guys? How you doing? So what I've been seeing here go on is, okay, so Joey is back. Thank you for the time, guys.
All right, so I had to receive some information from our instructor there. I'm back. Thank you for the short break. And we are back. Patriots lining up at the snap, or Chrisman lining up at the snap. My apologies.
It is for third and
Chrisman
6.
faking the run. Once again, a QB sneak, trying to push him out bounds, his Patriots, and finally taken down out of bounds. Looks like they will possibly get a first down out of that.
We'll have to definitely take a closer look at that, which, I mean, getting to that quarterback was nice on the first down, which is always what you want to see, is your D-line just sort of swarming that quarterback and trying to get some yardage lost.
Definitely. And we apologize for using improper terminology here. We cannot give you any injury reports due to HIPAA violations that we don't want to do. And we apologize for that miscommunication on us. Once again, a QB sneak by Chrisman, and he just barely muscles it through just a few more Patriots, getting just that little bit of yardage. It seems like they're just eking out the very small amount that they can.
Which is honestly what you want to do for Chrisman, is you want to get those small yardage, even if it's a run play, just sort of get that clock whittling down, and then, go for the late touchdown and sort of just try to shut this game out if you're Chrisman. But if you're Truman's defense, you really need to stop that run. And even if it's a quarterback fake, what you want to do is you always want to keep your eyes on the quarterback and on the running back, because that's just what they're doing.
All right, Chrisman running the ball once again, number 2, pushing up through the front. Still going, somehow still on his feet, and flag on the play. Number 2, Nate Clemens on the tackle against number 2, Devin Braswell on the carry for the Chrisman.
Again, that's just another slight hole that Chrisman was able to find in the Truman's defense, which, if you're Truman, that's something that you need to fix. You never want to give up those small holes. And it could be deadly for them, like we just saw. Able to get that nice yardage, just sort of get closer to the end zone.
And it looks like that penalty will most likely be on the Patriots due to the gainage of yards for Chrisman.
I believe that may have been hands to the face, because that is an awful lot of yardage there.
Definitely is. Definitely is.
Which, I mean, if you're Chrisman, that's always nice for you. You want to capitalize on those penalties as
Chrisman lining up for the
most
snap.
as you can.
And the handoff. QB sneak once again. Pushing the line. And pushed out of bounds.
Looks like he may have just gotten the first down. Maybe just by a hair. And again, really, Truman's defense is allowing these gaps in their defense.
And the tackle will be on Patrick Martin.
So really, again, just these small holes that Chrisman's able to exploit and just sort of getting a lot of yardage out of it, which is it's deadly to Truman because if that's the if that's the game that Chrisman's playing, then you want to play the same game except for on defense. You want to shorten up those holes and just leave it up to your D line.
All right, and it looks like Chrisman's going to be first and goal here as they start to line up for the snap. And
I would expect another running play out of Chrisman because that's just sort of what's working for them. I think after that interception, Chrisman is kind of scared to throw the ball from what it looks like.
I don't blame him, and honestly, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, they've just been running the ball all over the Patriots, and right now it's not seeming like Patriots have any way to stop it.
Which is honestly going to be deadly for the Patriots later on in this game.
Chrisman with another QB sneak, flag on the play, and the touchdown is good.
They're going to call it a touchdown. Now, that ball could come back because of that flag.
And
it could have been an illegal block in the back.
And it's looking like
Ref's still deciding. I don't think they're giving the points to Chrisman at this current moment.
Yes, it seems like referees are still deliberating.
I think Chrisman does have their special teams unit out on the field because, I mean, it's just, honestly, it's a communication between the refs and what exactly happened. Again, Truman's defense is just, they're not fixing up those spaces and just sort of letting Chrisman walk all over them. And the penalty is against the Bears, which will make the touchdown no good. It was holding against the Bears. Well, that's a good break for Truman's defense right there. Get that holding, get those points removed from the board, and I think maybe if you could convert the same errors on Chrisman, it makes Chrisman make those errors. I think that could honestly be something nice for Truman as like maybe an asset. Just draw those penalties because it is first and 10.
At the Patriots 20.
Yes.
All right, and Chrisman lining up for the snap. All right, and Chrisman with the snap.
So they move back a lot because what it looks like is they called the penalty so far back.
Oh,
because
Chrisman going with a throwing play.
of the touchdown.
And a sack.
He was brought down, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it, the first sack of our game, and that is made by the Truman Patriots. That is something that you need to see more often.
Number 76, David Brack, and number 90, Andrew Fana, definitely making that tackle done. And that is just a beautiful defensive play. That is exactly the sort of thing that we want to have from our Patriots. That's the sort of thing that we need from our D-line, especially in a game like this where we've been focusing so heavily on running. The only problem is now we have to make sure that Chrisman's not afraid of throwing the ball at all this game because their two throwing plays so far have resulted in one a turnover and second an extreme loss of yards.
I believe that was a loss of 5 yards, making it second and 15. My bad on the first. So yeah, that really was a tremendous loss of yardage, which I think in Chrisman's mind is going to tell them just sort of not pass the ball because, again, like you said, we've had the turnover, which led Truman to get their offense a touchdown, and then you let this sack, a lot of yardage just lost there. I mean, you really don't want to see that.
And it looks like number 1 for Chrisman is limping off the field, and that is Nair, who is been definitely the biggest focal point of the Chrisman offense so far. So this could be the break that the Patriots need. It's very unfortunate that he may possibly be injured, but it is definitely something that is not going to be too upsetting to the Patriots at all.
No, I think if he is injured by limping off the field and he's out for the next few plays, I say your Truman's defense, let's capitalize on that. Yeah, they may try running, but here's the thing. Their quarterback sneak probably isn't going to work anymore because you don't have that
another
quarterback.
Throwing play. We have 2 Patriots.
And an interception! Ladies and gentlemen, that is 2 interceptions from a throwing pass. That is by number 56.
No, that is number 68, Sterling Draywick. And those are 2 amazing defensive plays in a row by the Patriots. And that is the 3rd mistake that the Chrisman Bears have done on a throwing play, on their 3rd throwing play.
On their 3rd throwing play of the whole game. All right, so basically now, here's Truman's offense. You got that interception. Last time we had an interception, we had a touchdown. Here's what Truman needs to do. You need to capitalize on that. Get that other touchdown. Make this a 14 to 15 point game, and have your if you're Coach Pugh, you tell your defense, do that again. Do exactly that and stop the run game. You do that and stop the run game. This could be an actual closer game than what it is. But right now, Truman's offense just needs to capitalize on that turnover and get this touchdown. Whatever means possible. Truman now snaps the ball.
And it's a deep throw. Oh, and just barely out of the hands of Chris Rhodes.
It looks like he was just a bit overthrown, which is, honestly, you want to see Carter Brown making those types of throws, but you want to see him complete those throws. That was good yardage. Just if had the ball, if he was a little bit faster, or that was just a little bit
I wouldn't put that
lesser.
on either Chris Rhodes or Carter Brown. I mean, that is just a simple part of just, you're not going to be able to make all those throws. That might have been just too deep of a throw for something in a game where you've only had 1 or 2 complete catches. And so that might not be exactly what they needed to do. And thankfully, Demetri Smith is back out there, number 21. He's finally back out. It looks like he's doing okay after being rocked a little bit earlier.
And it seems there is a timeout or a penalty. No, it looks okay. I guess the refs just want to get some better clarification on what all happens. Not exactly sure what happened there, but
and
okay.
Truman lining up for the snap for the 2nd and 10 attempt.
So, I think that pass honestly was something you had to complete that pass.
All right, Carter Brown, and the handoff to Demetri, running through, being pushed through. Oh, not even Demetri, that was Mylan Townsend, and what a way to push through that. He was just completely absorbing that contract, dragging the defender along by his leg, and just, oh no, he's limping off the field, and that must have been the leg that was giving him some problems earlier.
Well, I don't believe that is Demetri Smith, is it?
No, that is Mylan Townsend, sorry.
Okay. He seems to... We don't know exactly how, and that was a gain of 4 yards. It looks like where they spotted it was actually a gain of 5 yards, because I believe they were on that 50-yard line to begin with. I don't know why they call it a 3rd and 6. It really should be a 3rd and 5.
Yes. And I think it's really going to come down to, right here we're going to see who's going to really go through. And the handoff to Mylan once again. And he's pushing through. And a spin move. What a wonderful play by Mylan Townsend. And he's brought it up, and he's gotten that 1st down for the Patriots.
That is a gain of 10 yards, and that is what you need to see on Truman's offense. Get something rolling, even if it's your running game. You want to get something rolling. You want to show Chrisman's defense that, hey, you may have bullied us for most of this game, but now our offense is going to bully you. And this is honestly the time where it gets most exciting, folks, when the bullying has just seemed to kind of flip between teams. You now got Truman's offense who's pumped and energetic because of that interception. Again, this is where you need to score that touchdown.
And once again, handed to Mylan. He's still trying to, and a lateral pass back to Carter Brown, and he's running the ball, running up the field, and he's about to, and it looks like he gets just about to that 1st down, and what an amazing quick thinking play by Mylan Townsend. That was an amazingly quick idea and an amazingly just well thought out, well reacted plan by Mylan right there.
Okay, so yeah, your Mylan, you can't get any yardage, just give it back to Carter. Carter's got speed, he's got athleticism, he can go for it. And yes, that was a gain of 8 yards, and it looked like he was just barely out of bounds when he gained 4 yards, but it turns out that he was not able to get just a few more extra yardage. Make it 2nd and 3. That is a gain of 7 yards. Correction, my bad there, folks. Okay, so your Truman's offense, again, you got to get pumping. This is the time where you're hungry the most, blood pumping, and just you got to go. This is a go-now offense that Coach seems to be playing.
And it looks like it's going to be
a timeout
on the Truman Patriots.
And we're
We
going
will
to
be
take a
right
quick
back.
timeout.
And we return. Carter Brown with the snap and the handoff once again. And just another good run.
It appears to be a first down. And it looks like a Truman player just trying to push off Chrisman, just sort of like give that little push, just trying to get him off of our running back. And that is good enough for our Truman Patriots. First down, ladies and gentlemen. We are 1st and 10, and it looks like what appears to be the Chrisman's 39-yard line. Not exactly at the 20. Okay, you get the 10 yards here. It is 1st and goal.
It is, and this is just turning out to be an exciting game.
Exciting indeed.
Or Truman at the snap. And another handoff. Ooh, not being nearly as successful as last time. That was handed off to number 2, Nate Clemens with the carry. Handed off from Carter Brown, number 1 for the Patriots.
And I mean, honestly, it's nice to get that run game going. Because especially with that lateral to Carter Brown just to run it for that nice 7-yard gain, which honestly was really impressive from Carter. I don't think anyone was really expecting that. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the third. We are going to take a quick timeout.
And welcome back, Patriots. Once again, I am Aaron Renshaw here, joined with my co-host,
Tyler Karras.
And it looks like Truman is going to be up with the snap.
All right, so again, that's some exciting plays going on from Truman's offense, which is honestly a good thing to see.
Yes, definitely. And it looks like if you're Truman, what are you doing right here?
You're capitalizing on that run again. You're finding the holes in Chrisman's defense, just like they've been doing to you, and you capitalize on it. And that's exactly what you've been doing.
And another run by the Patriots, and another stop by Chrisman.
Okay, now you have to pass it. This has to be a passing play.
Either a passing play or how long do you think it is before we bring Josh out for a kick?
It depends on the yardage. I think if you have another 4th and 11 situation, just go for the kick. Get the 10 points and sort of just try to get this game closer to what it is. Because you got to think, a touchdown with 10 points, that gives you the lead.
Definitely. And I think that, I mean, at this point, I mean, it's the beginning of the fourth quarter. It's a close game, and this is just one of those games. And Carter Brown back in the pocket, and he's running it through. Oh, and an interesting tackle.
Possibly could have been a penalty there for roughing the passer, but I don't think they're actually going to call it.
Yes.
I think he was sliding down. It looked like he was hit before he slid, but at the same time, it also looked he was sliding and then hit.
But you also have to be incredibly careful with that sort of thing. I mean, especially if you're on the defense, you cannot afford for your team and for the health of the other players to be attacking someone in that defensive slide.
Yes, and it's honestly, it could risk an injury, and it's not what you want to see from either side, especially if you're Truman and you have Carter Brown out there, which he is returning. Looks like they are going to go for the 4th down. Honestly, I think you should kick the ball, kick it, get the field goal at this point.
I don't know. They're not in the best fielding position for that. And Carter Brown running it. He's rolling to the right. He's in the pocket. And a good throw. And a receive. And it's at the 10. It looks like that might possibly be a first down.
That is Chris Rose completing the catch. And yes, that is a first down. Ladies and gentlemen, Truman again has completed another first down.
And that is just one of those purely amazing Carter Brown just somehow pulling through and being the quarterback that he has been chosen to be and being the exact kind of person he's trained to be. This is the position he wants to be in right now.
I mean, honestly, people can make the comparison. This is another Mahomes to Lamar situation here. Even though it's high school, it's really just it's a Lamar-Mahomes situation, which it's honestly just, okay, let's run the ball, let's throw the ball a little bit, but, I mean, mostly it's just capitalize on that run game. And, I mean, which, honestly, it's not too bad. You want to see the run game confuse the defense because it can make for those pass plays.
And it looks like the Patriots are trying to run once again.
It looks like it may be a gain of 5 yards. They are now 1st and goal. Correction, it's not going to be 2nd goal with that run. Again, it looks like a gain of 5 yards. It looks like they're on the Bears' 5-yard line. I believe that is their 5-yard line.
Yes, it's looking at least relatively close. And this is just one of those things. Do you think, if you're the Patriots right now, are you going to run or are you going to throw?
Honestly, you're gonna run. You're gonna want to break down their defense by running, and then let's say you get to a 3rd down situation like after this, then you just sort of make that quick little pass, like I don't like to say it, Alex Smith pass, but an Alex Smith pass kind of.
All right, and another run by the Patriots, pushing through, and looks like he got pushed back just slightly. Looks like a gain of 2 or 3.
It is going to be a gain of what looks like 2 and 3 because he was in motion of run. He got it forward. They dragged him back at the end, but if you've seen other football, it's basically like if you get this certain amount of yards before you're dropped back, you sort of just get that yardage.
I am aware, Tyler.
Well, I'm just talking about the viewers at home who may have not seen football at all, and this is their first possible game.
Alrighty, and it looks like...
Shout out to those 3 viewers, though. And we do welcome you to donate to the Childhood Cancer Society. That is something very important, and that Coach Pugh has definitely stressed. Chrisman is a supporter of that. Truman now has played all the supporter teams besides themselves, which, why would you want to play yourselves? That doesn't make sense. But they've now played all childhood cancer coaches who are just sort of supporting that and trying to make that more aware in general.
Thankfully, the Patriots have not played themselves yet. Anyways, it looks like we are in a little bit of a short huddle, so we'll be right back. We're back. How are we doing, guys? Welcome back to the Truman, the THS media presentation of the Truman Chrisman rivalry game. And looks like it's 3rd and goal, Truman's ball.
On what possibly could be Chrisman's 3-yard line. So all your plays, all your downs are really they're important here. Every single one of them. I think honestly, you just sort of attack that run game and just gain those slight yardage and then get the touchdown.
I mean, possibly. I mean, and it looks like Carter Brown is back with it, and a throw, and a receive, incomplete catch. The intended receiver, number I think 36, or no, not quite. Looks like number 21, Dimitri Smith, was the intended receiver. Unfortunately, that'll bring us to a Patriots 4th down.
You go for it here. I mean, if you're Truman, you go for it. You just try to get that touchdown, which is honestly what you need. You need this touchdown to just sort of show Chrisman that, hey, we're still back in this game, and you're not going to beat us.
And looks like the Patriots are going to run the... Oh, Carter Brown is back, and he's rolling to his right, and he's running through, and touchdown! Truman Patriots!
Carter Brown running for that touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now what appears to be a 13-15 game. If Truman's defense can come up and show them, yo, Chrisman's offense, we're here. We're going to stop you. We're going to get this.
Oh, yeah!
And we got Truman's flag just running across what looks like the track. And do you go for 2 here, try to tie up the game, or you get the extra kick?
It looks like Truman might be trying for the 2-point conversion, but it's unclear at this moment and Carter Brown is out there, so I'm going to assume it's for the 2-point conversion.
We need that 2-point tie up this game and have your defense just show up. And you basically want to be Seattle's Legion of Boom right here if you're defense. You want to stop them and then make another turnover.
Back. He hands it off to Nate Clements. Nate Clements running through, and it is no good. And we'll be right back after this quick break. And welcome back to the THS Media presentation of the Truman Chrisman game. Truman kicking off after that wonderful touchdown.
A muffed kick recovered by Chrisman.
And a tackle by number 20 by the Patriots. And that will be Patrick Martin.
Patrick Martin is showing up. All right. I mean, honestly, that could have been bad for Chrisman with that muff kick right there. He's just kind of had it and slid out. If Truman's defense was just a little bit faster, Truman actually could have recovered that ball at great field position. And I do mean great field position in order to get another touchdown, and which honestly could possibly shut out the game.
It really could have. And that was just, again, that was just amazing, amazing luck that is swinging the Patriots' way. And right now, this is exactly where the Patriots want to be. Truman taking the ball, and another QB sneak. Oh, and an insane hit, and an immense amount of yardage.
That's not something you want to see if you're Truman's defense. You really do need to stop those QB sneaks and just get them to where they have a 4th and long situation and have to punt you the ball.
Exactly. It looks like there was a little bit of a late hit, and the Chrisman players are not happy about it, but no flags have been thrown.
Which, I mean, honestly, with a rivalry like this, no hit is going to be something that either team likes, especially when it's Truman versus Chrisman, two teams that have a history of bad blood.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, you hope to see that's a little bit different in this days and age.
All right, snap to Chrisman. And another run by number 2.
I believe that
run was Devin Braswell.
Braswell is a good running back right now for Chrisman, just sort of finding those gaps, finding those slots to take advantage in.
And that was just That was just short enough that looks like Truman's going to be still trying to push for some better field position right now. If you get enough stops right here, you're in really decent position to be able to be running stuff.
And you have a little bit less than 8 minutes to go. I say if you could stop them and get the ball back, score early, and then stop them again.
I mean, yeah, that's honestly at this point, it might be about trying to either that or possibly letting them run a little bit more into your own territory, like trying to run the clock down a bit and then trying to hope for that last little really quick play. And another QB sneak.
This time it was noticed quickly and brought down kind of quickly.
And flag on the play.
It could be holding on Chrisman. It looks like he really just had enough time to sort of run, which usually when quarterbacks have enough time to run, there's usually some sort of holding on the offense, which
and
brings it back.
Milan once again limping off to the side. I hope he's okay because this is the third time we've seen him limping away from the play. He's putting himself under immense pressure, and it looks like that penalty was on Truman.
Giving them enough for the first down. For Chrisman now has the first down, which, I mean, honestly, penalties are no good, but, you know, it's just sort of the world of the sport. Penalties and just sometimes huge plays that we've been seeing all game.
I mean, it's, again, just those errors that both teams are committing on, honestly, a level that they shouldn't be at this high of a level of playing. This is, even though it is just high school varsity football, it is high school varsity football at the end of the day. And another run by Chrisman, and he'll be pushed out at about the Patriots' 40.
It looks like that may have been a gain of 4 yards, possibly 5. Truman really just needs to stop stop Chrisman's running plays and just shorten that up.
Definitely. And, I mean, right now it looks like this is just a really, really physically and hard-hitting game right now, and hopefully right here we're going to be able to Truman's going to be able to get a few stops.
Which is exactly what you need.
Snap back to number 1, and another QB sneak once again, and 2 flags have been thrown on the play.
Nate Clemens with the tackle. I don't know exactly what happened there. I think they're not going to call the first down just yet until it is a false start.
And that is exactly the sort of thing that Truman really, really needed out of that.
That now makes it 2nd and 10 because a false start is a 5-yard penalty, which, I mean, honestly, if you're Truman, stop the runs. I mean, you're noticing that they keep doing that QB sneak. I say just try to stop it the best to your ability and just make it where it's a 4th down situation where they have to punt it. And, I mean, hope honestly for the best on Truman. Now, usually on false starts, they tend to just call the play dead. I don't know exactly what happened there. Oh, that is a 2nd and 14. That looks like actually it was a 10-yard penalty. I think there was more than just the false start on the play.
Yeah, there might possibly have been a holding on that too.
Which is, I mean, it's exactly the lucky break that Truman needs.
Exactly. And it looks like Chrisman's going to push pretty far up into Truman territory once again, just right up by that first down.
Again, you need to stop those QB sneaks. I mean, that almost gave Chrisman the first down as those QB sneaks, which you just honestly need to shorten it up and stop. It feels like I keep repeating the same thing, but that's honestly what Truman needs to work on.
And now you're at the Patriots. Chrisman is at their 3rd and 3 as they line up for the snap.
On the 42-yard line of Truman. Again, possibly another QB sneak happening.
And Chrisman striking the ball. And once again, another QB sneak. And it looks like that'll be just enough for a first down for the Bears.
You don't really honestly want to give those Bears those holes because you're kind of just whittling time down, and they can kick a field goal and just kind of kick you out of the chance to win.
And, I mean, exactly. I mean, it's really going to come down to, right now we are at about 5 minutes left in the quarter, and this is the end of the game, and this is the sort of thing you really need to avoid, allowing not only Chrisman to be pushing the ball this hard, but also for Chrisman to be pushing the ball that hard this late in the game and running down the time on you and just honestly murdering us in the time clock category.
Yeah, and we interviewed some Truman players on their defense, and they say that their D-backs really need to step up. The people who are down the field.
And flag on the play. Looks like it'll be some sort of holding on Truman.
It looks like really their defensive side, their deep balls has honestly just been well for Truman, which honestly it's nice to see, because it kind of makes Chrisman scared to throw, but at the same time, like if they do, there's always that chance. Oh crap, this could be an interception.
Definitely, and looks like referees are assessing the penalty, and it looks like it's face mask.
Face mask, Truman, that is a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. That's getting them again closer to touchdown range, which is not what you want to see here.
That is very close, and that was a huge mental error on Truman. And if it's something like that, some of those basic mental errors that are just the curse that Truman's running into, and it's the sort of thing that Truman is honestly playing at a really high level, but the fact that they're allowing these multiple opportunities for Chrisman to come back because they're making silly mistakes, it's just very disappointing.
Yes, it is. I mean,
and Chrisman with the snap. And would you look at that, another QB sneak.
that is something that Truman's defense has not really been able to stop. I mean, honestly, if you're Truman at this point, I say let them get the quick score and then come back out on offense, get the touchdown, and then get the 2-point conversion. You have to go for it.
I mean, that seems to be possibly the only option. Maybe force him in a position where Chrisman might have to try for a kick in order to try to possibly even ice the game. And this is just a little too stressful.
I mean, if you're going to try to stop Chrisman, you've got to stop that QB sneak, which honestly has just been working for Chrisman, is that QB sneak.
Lining up for the snap. Chrisman with another QB sneak. And he's knocked down by a slew of Patriots, but that'll get him much closer to the first down. Looks like a yard gainage of about 3.
It'll be 3rd and 2. All right, well, you gotta stop with the next 2 plays because Chrisman's gonna go for their 4th down.
They definitely are. I mean, if you're Chrisman in this position, you're looking at the fact that you're this close. This running game has been working so much, especially on this run, and so you're just gonna run that ball and try to, at the very least, get that first down. And if you get that first down, with the way the Patriots have been trying on their D-line, it's not looking too good for them.
They really don't have much time on the clock left to just sort of let this game be
And
stalled.
once again, another QB sneak and flag on the play, but they did pass the touchdown.
Hopefully that flag is on Chrisman, which negates that touchdown, which honestly would be a good break for Truman. But again, if they somehow stop them on the 3rd down, you also got to stop them on the 4th down because there's no way Chrisman is not going for it.
And holding on Chrisman, that is exactly what Truman needs right now. I mean, somehow the Patriots are getting lucky, but those mental errors and the penalties that got them in this position again are something they cannot allow in the future whenever they're playing a much more high-caliber team than Chrisman.
Yes, and honestly, you got to stop it. You got to stop the run game short here, and then you got to stop them on their 4th down, which give you the turnover. Then you got to make a deep throw. You have to throw if you're Carter if you get the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, the throwing game this last couple runs have been worked really, really, really extremely well. And, I mean, as Chrisman lines up for the snap, I think that's exactly what should happen.
Well, I mean, after a while, and Truman's just
11.
been running the ball,
And
you sort of
Chrisman
just
doing
get this
another QB sneak, multiple, and a nice tackle by number 12 for the Patriots. That was a wonderful tackle by, once again, Quincy Scott. Just a wonderful defensive presence out there.
Yes, really indeed. And it's now 4th down. Truman has to stop the run game here. They have to. It is 4th and 15. That's a loss of 4 yards, Joey. 4 whole yards. I don't know. If you're Chrisman, do you really want to risk that ball position?
I mean, if you're Chrisman at this point, you don't have much of a choice. I mean, if that's the case, you're
Up by 2 points.
You're only up by 2 points. That's a field goal. I mean, at that point, all Truman has to do is get themselves in good position, and then you have to rely on Josh, and that could just ice the game completely.
Completely, yeah. I mean, honestly.
And it looks like it'll be a timeout on Chrisman.
And we're going to take a quick timeout ourselves. We will be back, Truman.
And welcome back, Patriots. This is an exciting game. This play right here could decide the entirety of this game. It's Chrisman at 4th and 15 with about 2 minutes to play. 15-13, Chrisman up. If Chrisman scores right here, it's almost impossible for the Patriots to come back.
It depends how much time's been whittled down on the clock, honestly.
And the snap is bumbled a little bit and run to the side. And Patriots have it down at the Patriots 20. That was an insanely amazing turn of events for the Patriots.
And I believe you don't actually need to take a timeout because any turnover play will stop the clock, which is exactly what Truman needs. Okay, your Truman's offense, you gotta sort of delay the game a little bit, and you also gotta pass. You gotta get that pass game going, because if you get it down to like that 20 or 30-yard line, and you have like 5 seconds left, put Josh in there, get that field goal, and beat Chrisman.
All right, and so right now this game is into the hands of one Mr. Carter Brown. And Carter lines up for the snap in the shotgun position. And snap is out. Carter's in the backcourt. He's in the pocket. He's rolling to the right. He's running forward. Not quite out of bounds. And he's out of bounds right about at the Patriots 30. Flag on the play for after the fact. Oh!
It looks like that Chrisman pushed Carter Brown after he was already out of bounds, which honestly, I believe that's also a 15-yard penalty.
That may be.
If that is a 15-yard penalty gained on after the run, that's an automatic first down. You're closer to what you want. If you can get the touchdown with small clock left.
That will be, it looks like a 15.
Again, that was the late hit on Carter after he was already out of bounds. That was a costly mistake by Chrisman.
And that was a dumb, and I hesitate to say dumb because I don't necessarily want to be entirely negative, but that was just a mental error in letting your emotions get the best of you in that situation. Truman lines up for the snap. The snap back. Carter Brown in the pocket. Rolling right. Rolling back left, coming up center, and avoids a tackle. Rolling right once again. Multiple Bears on him, and he's out just before the 50.
Looks like that might be a loss of 1 yard, but, I mean, honestly, you've seen Truman come back from worse.
That will be loss of
maybe 4 yards.
That seems
a little too much yardage loss when he looks like he was just barely.
Maybe that's just from our angle, but this might be a bit controversial to put the ball in that positioning. I mean, that's not that many yards, of course, but like that's still too many in this close of a game.
That's everything to either side. It could decide the game, which is not something you really want to be left.
Sitting in the pocket. And a wonderful pass. And the catch by...
That may have been Chris Rhodes. No, Demetri Smith. That looks like it is a 21.
No, that is number 11. That will be
number 11. That is
Terrell Green. Apologize. AJ Geitz. Who's the receiver on there?
AJ just showing up in the passing game. Again,
and that is a 3rd and 6 for Carter Brown and the Patriots.
I mean, again, their passing game is actually starting to get going late, which, honestly, it doesn't seem too late for Truman because they were able to stop that 4th down run.
All right, and it looks like it'll be at the Trumans. It's 3rd and 6. Team's still conversing.
Okay, so your Chrisman's defense, what do you want to do?
If I'm Chrisman right here, I'm trying to avoid a run because Truman might attempt to fake you out with a little bit of a pass game right here and then pull out an actual run on you.
Which, honestly, it could lead to a 1st down, and then who knows? If they were able to get a big enough hole, it could also be a lot of yardage.
Truman ready for the snap. Back to Carter. Carter rolling right, still continuing. And a great pass past the number 40. And the pass is completed. That's a Patriots 1st down.
Ladies and gentlemen, this game has picked up even more from when Truman just first originally scored again in the 2nd half. Ladies and gentlemen, your Truman Patriots are still in this game with that 1st down. Again, that passing game has now developed. Chrisman can't do anything because they think run. But now it's pass, run, pass, run, pass, pass, run, pass. They're just confused.
Yeah. I don't think it's exactly that extreme of it, but it is definitely exciting. And as Truman lines up for the snap back to Carter Brown. He's in the pocket. And a long throw to Rhodes. Almost intercepted, but thankfully it was stopped.
Okay, you got to run. This is where, honestly, you want to draw some time off the clock and run.
That's a possibility, but at the same time, you're not necessarily in the best field positioning. I mean, you're still 2nd and 10. If it was more of a second and 5, 7 and 6, then maybe it'd be a little bit easier to do that. But right now, I don't think will be the best timing to do a run play.
But I mean, honestly, at the same time, the run's kind of been working for Truman as well late in this game.
Yes, but at the same time, you have to have Mylan Townsend, who is not on the field right now. They don't necessarily have a go-to person for that, the same way Chrisman would.
I mean, Dimitri
Snap
Smith
back to
has
Carter Brown.
still been a deep threat.
The third, number 21, Dimitri!
And I believe that is good enough for Patriots. First down.
And this is just amazing that was an incredible catch by Dimitri. Smith just had a wonderful reception there, and that was just something that was Carter had an amazing throw, but at the same time it was offline just enough, but Dimitri was able to reach down there and pick it up.
Yep. I mean, honestly, that's what you want to see. Okay, so it looks like Truman spiked the ball, just sort of get that time stopped, even though I believe Truman still has another timeout.
I do believe so, but we may
Wait,
be wrong.
no, there must have been a penalty because it's 1st and 15, not
It is.
2nd and 15.
True.
So it could have just been a false start on Truman.
This is true.
So are you still in pass option, or now are you in the run game?
At this point, I'd probably do a little bit of a run just to get you up a little bit more out of that. I mean, Truman's doing the pass. Carter Brown in the pocket. Carter Brown back. Carter Brown with a Hail Mary throw, and it's just a little too deep.
A flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
It could be possibly holding. What it looks like it could be.
Holding against the Patriots.
It's going to be like 1st and 20. First
Yeah.
20, first 25, somewhere around that.
Either 1st and 20 or maybe even 2nd and 20.
It wouldn't be 2nd down. A penalty, it's just replay the down.
Okay.
It's
so
not
it'll
like
be
it's...
It'll be 1st and 20, even though it seems like things like that are kind of going against the Patriots in an odd way. Like, I mean, that holding was a very, very cheap holding compared to a lot of things both sides have been doing that have not been called. This is not the time for the referees to be making that decision.
Not at all, which honestly, it could bring the downfall to Truman just on their hype that they got going. I don't really like to use the word hype, but it really just seems like Truman has it just going for them.
All right, and Truman in the snap. Snap back to Carter Brown. Carter Brown in the shotgun. Carter Brown in the pocket. Rolling right. Defender trailing. Carter Brown avoids the tackle. Keeps going forward, keeps running. And he's running forward, and he gets down to about the 40. Hopefully there's some gainage there.
Maybe he got down right at the line of scrimmage.
It looks like it's about that. Looks like he has gained 2 yards off of that.
How good is Josh Dixon as the kicker?
Josh Dixon, I mean, he's been kind of had mixed results over the last year or so. I mean, in some of these games, he's not making the kicks they need to be making, but other times he's making some of these amazing kicks. I mean, obviously right now he is not in the territory he needs to be, but if they can get him just a little bit closer, I mean, you might try for that field goal, and then if you get that field goal, you're up by 1, and you got to just hope you get that defensive stop. Carter Brown rolling right, out of the pocket. He's getting tackled. Spikes the ball.
It'll be 3rd down and what possibly could be 32.
And this is not the turn of events that the Patriots needed.
Okay, you need to complete a deep pass and try to get enough for that 1st down, and then take a timeout and put Josh up there.
Patriots O-line needs to be able to keep these holes from getting open that are allowing these sacks.
Yes, very much indeed.
Carter Brown back in the pocket. Deep throw to Rhodes and incomplete.
Okay, you have 2 seconds left. Or 20 seconds, correction. You don't have time to go for the 1st down. You just have to risk it with Josh.
At this point, I mean, risking it with Josh is the same as risking it with a borderline Hail Mary.
Exactly.
So, I mean, at this point, who do you trust more, your star quarterback or your kicker?
Honestly, I say just trust the kicker.
I mean, that's almost 50 yards.
55.
I mean, 45 essentially.
No, because that end zone does add on more yardage. So
True, I mean,
it's around 55, 60.
That's a deep field goal, and I don't think I don't think something that deep has been completed in Truman history.
Honestly, I say let's just make history now. I mean, do you really want to go for that Hail Mary?
It'll be timeout.
Truman, what it looks like.
Truman.
Okay, we're going to take a quick timeout ourselves.
And we are back to the Patriots football.
Okay.
It's the Patriots at 4th and 29 with 20 seconds to go, down by 2. They're going to put the ball into the hands of Carter Brown and see if he can make a magical miracle happen.
You try to just get them offside. Oh, they're not going for the offsides. They're going for the deep.
They're throwing
deep pass.
And, and an interception. That's the game right there, folks. You hate to see it. Number 5 for Chrisman made the interception, and the tackle was down with just over 5 seconds to go, and
no flag on the play.
That's the game.
It was a well-fought battle by both sides.
It was, and Chrisman's student section is looking like it may be attempting to rush the field.
This
here.
can't be good.
Oh, my.